It doesn't even. Yeah, there we go.
Ooh, it does.
Go
What you
do
do is
your
you go check.
business.
Yeah,
You have
go
a
check.
meeting to attend to.
You gotta check and make sure it works.
Remember, back to front, front to back, back to front. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let the palabra begin. Qualitunali. Qualitunali to all of my brothers and sisters. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let the palabra begin. Welcome in, everybody. G owner up in the house. Milwaukee David. Cincinnati. The ghost of Ash Kelly Yaki is in the house. Qualitunali. Caprix Rhino. Stephen Hurd. La Chama. Mino Aking. Chicken Dust. Raider Core 3 7 Stephen Hard. Ranchero. Welcome in. Tap the screen. This is Mexican Means Revolution. If you don't know, now you know. Thank you for joining the team. Welcome to the team. Make America Mexico again. That's what we're talking about.
Okay,
Boy, you didn't even waste no time. Huh?
fuck that.
Chicano wasn't even gonna let me be clear for myself too.
Charlie.
He said, "Let me hurry up fast."
Relax. It had nothing to do with that. Relax.
Chicano's like, Chicano's taking over.
No. I think I want to start over.
What?
What?
No, we're not starting over. This is where we're at. Okay, everybody in the chat, I need you guys to give me a thumbs up if you like the background, because I think the background is ferocious. Like Mexican means revolution, right?
Means indigenous revolution.
Indigenous revolution. As you can see, the jaguar.
Hold on, I'm trying to fix it real quick, baby. I'm gonna make it so it's legible on the live. You know what I mean? So here, watch. Let me send it over like that.
And the conquistador.
What's this? Atlanteans Grand Rising. I'm not Atlantis, man.
Well, they're trying to say, wait. They're trying to say that the white man lied and Atlantis is really Aslan.
Or they're trying to appropriate Aslan and make it like we can't create nothing because we need white people to create.
No.
Really
they're
Atlantis.
saying that they
And
lied about Atlantis and Atlantis is really Aslan. And they took it away from us and named it something else to hide Aslan. That's what the theory is out there. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the theory. If that's really Aslan and the white man said, no, it's not. It's Atlantis. I'm not mad.
I don't know. I just think
because our city went somewhere, right?
I just think we're messing up when we call it Aslan. I mean, Atlantis.
No, I'm not saying that we're calling it Atlantis. I'm saying that the theory is that Atlantis is really Aslan, and the white man hid it under the term Atlantis. I'm not mad at that theory is what I'm saying. Because the white man is a liar. He redacts history all the time. Why would they not do it in that instance? Because Atlantis is a real place under the water. They've pinpointed it. They've seen it. They've deep dived and looked at it. We built temples.
That's yeah, okay. Yeah,
I'm not mad at the theory. I'm not saying I would have to dive deeper into it, but I'm not mad at it.
Right. Okay. I just don't. I don't like when people call it Atlantis. We're not fucking Atlanteans. It's some fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that either. I'm saying if you're gonna believe it's Aslan, call it Aslan. Then
I just think it's a trick.
So like, what do you think Atlantis really is?
We've been tricked about so much shit. Why are we gonna allow them to start calling?
No, I'm not. I'm not fuck that guy's comment. I'm not talking about his comment. I don't care about his comment. I'm talking about what other Chicanos are saying, that it's really Aslan.
That's what I'm saying. I just think, why do we have to call it? Why do we? I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I just I don't
think we should call it. It's the theory. It's not the names that I'm tripping on. It's the theory.
I guess. I don't. Yeah. So welcome in, everybody. I'm not Atlantean. I'm not Atlantis. This ain't Atlanta.
I agree.
This is motherfucking Aslan.
I agree with you. It's not. I'm saying they're saying that they lied, and that city
That's
under
not
the
what
water.
This dude's saying. This motherfucker's saying.
I just said forget that guy's
literally
comment.
saying Atlantis is home of Americans.
Does anyone in the comment know what I'm saying? Does anyone in the comment understand me? Fuck that guy's comment. I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm on a different topic. I'm saying they're saying that city that they found, that the white man lied. It's not really Atlantis. That it's really Aslan, and the white man lied.
All right, let me just block this dude because he's annoying me. I don't want to talk about Atlantis. All right, so you're right, baby.
Yeah,
you're fucking right. Welcome in. Like, we went. Everybody left. we were up to like barely starting 10 people, and then we started talking about Atlantis, and pew, everybody left. What are you trying to hear about Atlantis? I think Atlantis is just some fake fairy go around. Now they're trying to connect it to Aslan. That's what I feel. I just think that we're our own people. We don't need them to tell us that it's Atlantis. We don't need to connect none of that shit. But I get it. There's indigenous people saying it. So yeah. So on a smile, welcome in, man. How can I help you?
I'm good, man. I'm not American. I'm Canadian. I just wanted to tell you, God bless you guys, Latinos, and everyone.
I don't believe in God. No, I'm playing.
No, I'm not. I'm an atheist myself. I'm saying God bless you. I don't know how you deal with those gringos all the time. We have Anglos up here. I'm Greek. And so I really feel a lot for you guys. I have my own criticisms of America in general, really strong ones. But when it comes to Latinos, I feel very bad for the history and the crap that you guys have gone through.
Called us Latinos.
Sorry?
He doesn't know. Educate him.
No, he called us Latinos, babe. I'm already offended.
What did I do?
You might as well take care of it because I'm going to start cussing him out.
I apologize. What did I do wrong, man?
I don't even know what to say.
Nah, man. Latino, I know that's the term that everybody uses now because of colonization.
Yeah.
But Latino is actually, it means of Latin origin. It's a label that is used to erase our indigeneity.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, Latino is of what? What's Latino?
As of Latin American background, you do not consider, what is the proper term? I apologize.
Go ahead, baby. Want to help? Indigenous, Mexican.
So when you, like, for me, if you ask me what I am,
Chicano.
if you looked at me, you would think, oh, that's a Latina, that's a Hispanic, right? But if you ask me, I would say I'm Chichameca Mexica, right?
Okay.
Because I don't wear the dog collar of my colonizer.
Yeah.
For me to claim under that umbrella is subjugating. Is like bowing down to them and saying, yes, you came, you colonized, you enslaved, you raped, you G-sided my people.
Yeah.
And in the 21st century, knowing that, all that I know, I'm going to still allow you to slap not only your language on my back, your down my throat, your names on my back. I'm going to also call myself a Latino or a Hispanic. I'm not. I have no ties to Portugal, Italy, Spain. I detest what they did to my people. So it's a label, and it's a mislabel. It kind of erases our indigenous identity.
I didn't mean it. Like,
There's
no apology needed. It's just I was just being
yeah, we're just using you to educate them.
So like we understand that everybody that Latino is the word right now, but we have to educate people and tell them, hey, Latino is actually subjugating us.
It's indigenous erasure.
Yeah, it puts us in a category of, it erases, like I'm Yaqui Mexica, and Mexicayot, it erases my indigeneity because now I'm a Latino.
Okay. So the reason is because in Canada, the old words, the incorrect words for those who were indigenous were things like Aboriginal or Native.
Mhm.
Those were considered politically correct back in the day, but now it's Indigenous or First Nations. I apologize for that.
Yeah, it's the same thing. There you go.
Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah, yeah.
apologize. It's just that we understand what that it's kind of like rocking us to sleep. It's like saying, "Oh, you're of the Latinos." Well, no, we're all individual tribes. We're all individual entities, right?
Well, the word Latino, right? What they're trying to do with Latino, I feel, is what they're doing. What we should be doing with the word Mexican, because Mexican is Mexica, but it's also all of us are indigeneity, because it's we fought the Spanish, and we named the land Mexico.
Okay.
I know it's a hard sell. It's hard for people to
may I
accept that
opine?
because of what happened.
What's
that, brother?
I'm not American. May I opine at all? Okay.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay.
Yeah. You feel free to speak whenever, dog. You're
No, I'm not trying to be offensive. Trust me.
No, go for it, man. Just let it fly. Man, we got white people coming up here calling us horrible names, and like, so don't worry about it, man. Just you seem like a
Yeah,
good
but go
man.
ahead. You have the
Because
mic.
Americans are stupid. I'm sorry. So
Hey, I'm an American, man.
Hey, no, they're
no.
stupid.
I'm not
They're
going to
stupid.
get into that, because then I will be a rival to you. I don't want to. But I will say is this: from outside of America, so I'm talking about Europe, Canada, things like that. The way we've understood it is that the U.S. has been a white supremacist country, a Anglo-dominated country because of its background, and then the general cultural colonization, as the lady was mentioning, was predominantly Spanish, south
Yes.
of the border, and then with the exception of a few Portuguese, most evidently in Brazil. You know what I mean? So that
Moors.
Sorry?
Yeah. The Moors. Let's not forget the Moors.
What do you mean by the Moors?
The Moors. The Moors came also. But I have a quick question though.
Please go ahead.
I have a quick question. I know I have some Inuit friends, right?
Yes.
That are in Canada.
Yes.
And when we get on these panels and we start talking about the plight of the Indigenous people, the Canadian natives, I mean the Indigenous people in Canada,
Yeah.
they also are subjugated in G. They're in a slow drip G side. They're not treated exactly
You
correct.
are
Do you
100%.
agree?
You are 100% right, and so I can tell you right now that the history of Canada is distinct, but unfortunately rhymes with American history.
Facts.
However, there are a couple important distinctions. In the same way you distinct between assault and schmurder, in the same way you have to distinguish something. Canada was founded as a treaty nation. We did not conquest the people here. When the Brits and the French, when the Brits were here, the only reason Canada exists, is because we signed treaties with all of the tribes. Now we have cheated them. We have cheated them of those treaties because we were the senior partner. But we did not win this country through conquest. It was through diplomatic agreement. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And it doesn't mean that there wasn't violence. But I'm saying is that this is a treaty nation. That's part of
Well, okay, but that's kind of putting a band-aid on a bullet wound in my eyes, because
I get what he's saying,
they're
though.
there's forced sterilization.
There
There's
was.
still takings of the babies. There's still there's
yes.
still horrible atrocities done to Indigenous people. So we can't just kind of sprinkle glitter on a piece of shit and say, "Oh, look at the sparkly shit." Like, it's still happening to Indigenous people in Canada. You can call it a treaty, but if you're not upholding your end, and you can say it wasn't conquest, but if you're sterilizing Native people,
Excuse me. We're not continuously doing that, and we did do that. And I want to point out one key thing to you. Okay, when you talk to Inuk or things like that, if I can ask you a question, outside of the Inuk panel members that you've had, outside of them, what other information or knowledge do you have about Canada?
just my Native people, like our Native relatives that live there, that are from there, their tribes are there.
Okay.
We
Sorry, are you still there? You blanked out there for a second.
and what we're going through. And when I hear my Inuit sister cry, like literally cry, and all of us sit there and listen to what her and her tribe have gone through and continue to go through, it breaks my heart. And you're a Canadian, and I'm having a dialogue with you, and I'm just saying, we can't be righteous if we're not going to open our eyes to
Roxy's
all the
here,
atrocities. You know what I'm saying? Roxy. Oh,
Roxy's
Roxy.
here. Roxy's she's a indigenous from that lives up in Canada.
Let's bring Roxy up.
I like to call her a snow Mexican.
Yeah, but we have
Let's
to.
see if she come. Yeah, if you have time, Roxy. We have this gentleman. He's from Canada, and we're informed about what's going on. I just don't want to misinform him.
Hey, Roxy.
There you go, Roxy. How you doing, sis?
Análisis?
Good. Thanks for calling me a snow Mexican. That's funny.
No, I don't mean no disrespect. It's just like, hey, I know they're
we love you,
indigenous
Roxy.
over there.
We love you. You know, Chicano's a huge fan. He's like, my Roxy sister. We have a Canadian gentleman here, and he was talking about how America conquered, right? But they made treaties. And I'm just explaining to him, you can call it a treaty, but to us, it's still subjugation, oppression, and G-side, right?
Well, what he said was that the treaties, the indigenous people in Canada willingly signed the treaty.
How willingly?
No.
Go ahead.
They signed them under false pretenses.
Okay, correct me, man. Correct me.
They signed under false pretenses. They thought they were getting an equal deal, but then once the facts on the ground were, the Anglos and the French basically broke the treaties and basically took advantage of them and was able to force them down. That was the distinction.
So it was a paper conquest. So maybe you didn't do it as brutally as it got done to us. Go ahead, Roxy.
Sorry, dude. Can you rephrase what you said?
So what I was explaining to the American hosts was that Canada is a treaty nation. So the only reason we exist is because of the treaties with the First Nations and with Indigenous. And without that, we wouldn't exist. We weren't express conquest like the Americans were. It doesn't mean there wasn't violence. It doesn't mean there was not oppression or G-side, as it was said. But the whole origin of this was based on treaty. And I was going to point out other things too, but that was what the point was, and that we violated the treaty. The Anglo and Francophone and such violated the treaty against Indigenous. We've done it constantly. Am I wrong in that?
No, you're not wrong, but the part that you are wrong on is that we didn't sign these documents to go into partnership. These documents were signed under coercion. We were coerced into signing documents in a language that we didn't understand. And a year after the numbered treaties were signed, we were then forced and subjugated to still in this present day live under what is known as the Indian Act.
Correct.
Did they consolidate that act with us as a partner? No, they did not. They made that assumption.
You're right, 100%. But I think there's also an enormous distinction between that and the Trail of Tears or the Indian Hills massacres and things like that. If you cannot distinguish between the two and say they're all the same, exactly the same, instead of distinguishing between form and function, then it becomes a matter of hyperbole. And I'm not saying that it hasn't had real effects on people's lived experiences, but I'm trying to...
At this point, you're just arguing semantics.
Really? You think it's semantics? You think it's the same as the Trail of Tears?
I do, because Canadians are going to try to make it as fluffed out and sugar-coated as possible so that they don't have to actually do any type of reconciliation work. And we're seeing that so prominent here in Manitoba with having a First Nation premier.
Okay.
I've almost gotten run over so many times by white Canadians solely because we now have a First Nations premier. They don't want to honor the treaties. If we were to honor the treaties, all of Treaty 1 would be a country. All of the treaties outlined would be their own inherent countries. There would be no concept of Canada. But because we were forced to sign in really bad conditions, in a language we don't understand, and then we were forced to abide by these documents that many people don't understand legalese.
Yes.
It's written in an English dialect that people barely even have a concept of the bare minimum of English.
Okay.
Do you understand? So when we start arguing semantics, who is that really benefiting? That's not benefiting the relation between the indigenous people.
Okay. So here's, if I may, the contrast I was going to apply for the Americans versus us is we have horrific sins. The residential schools, the role of the church in the widespread systemic abuse of indigenous people, the absolute violation of treaty partner rights, all of those things. 100% not minimized. The contrast with America is, which has the same and worse, we have had MMIWG, we've had GLEDU, we've had the Esquilot Treaty in 2014, the ruling, we've had Robinson-Huron settlement. Have the Americans done anything within the orbit of that? And the answer is no.
Yes, you're wrong.
What have they done?
I believe, and I don't know the exact nation, but there is a nation in southern the United States. One of their tribal leaders have been working to actually gain their reparations. But you wouldn't know this because you don't pay attention to indigenous American news the way that I do.
That's fair.
So,
have they received the reparations yet?
I do not believe they have because they're still in the process of taking it through court.
Okay, and that's fair. So, by the way, all of that's fair. The reason I came on, just so you know, and I'm not sure if you saw the news, by the way, of Trump's new direct veiled threat towards us about 5-10 minutes ago. Oh, actually, no, a little bit longer, about an hour ago now. And I was scrolling through. I saw the background, and I wanted to provide support and solidarity to the Mexican gentleman and lady, just to say I appreciate that, because for what it's worth, I'm a child of immigrants. I don't have an Anglo background, and I strongly dislike the Anglos to a level that might surprise you considering how pale my skin is.
Well, what would help is showing solidarity to the indigenous people of Canada.
Yeah.
Like we have here in America, and I don't call them white because white is a construct. It's an ideology. It's not a place you can pinpoint on a map. It's a mindset. So my European American brothers or relatives, and I call them that because that's putting them in the place where they belong, right?
Okay.
They're not just simply Americans. No, if you want to say who are the simple Americans, that would be us. So they are European Americans, right? And so my European American relatives that have broken the curse, right? They're curse breakers, and I give them credit for that because they've denounced their inherent evil ideology, and they understand that we are the people of this land, and they show us respect and they stand in solidarity with us. I think that Canadians can do that for my relatives there as well.
Okay.
Like stand on the side of righteousness. You can't sit on the fence. You have to literally stand for what's right. So when you wake up in the morning, you ask yourself, to what degree am I going to be a piece of shit today?
You're right.
And that means standing with Indigenous people of Canada.
Yes.
You yourself, of your own words, said that these treaties were false. They were broken. They were swindled out of their land. And here in the 21st century, they're still continually being traumatized. And I think that's fundamentally wrong. So when you start pointing your finger at countries that are doing that, first clean up your yard, do something in your land.
Well, the United
Stand up
States...
and speak up for the Indigenous people. It's all I'm saying. Thank you for showing solidarity to us. But please, Roxy could use your solidarity also.
For the record, Roxy does have my solidarity. Just
perfect, beautiful. Follow each other.
No. I need to say this because there has been so many calls to action. There has been so many organized protests that First Nations have put forth. Where is that solidarity? Perfect. Where is it? Because I don't see it from the European relatives. I don't see it from other people of color relatives. It is predominantly First Nations people who are standing against the regime, who are taking away Canadians' rights.
Okay, but when the systemic reflections actually start to reflect Indigenous title correctly and start to actually do things that are substantial.
Hold on, dude. So when Indigenous people organize a protest, that is protected under the Constitution.
Yes.
We are legally allowed to do that. So we are asserting our treaty rights. But where is the support from these people like yourself who are saying, oh, we're an allyship, we support you? Where is that physical support? You can be in support with us in spirit, but again, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. That is
That's
a
not doing
racist
anything.
way to make yourself feel better.
Okay, if you
Right.
say so, I would also.
Yeah,
put the question-
yeah, I agree with you, sis.
Can I put the question back for one
Show
second?
up and show out.
When the system actually reflects achievements for rectifying, and it hasn't fixed anything, it's a process that is sorely slow, but actually makes substantive steps, like Gladue. If I can ask for the host, are you familiar with Gladue?
No.
Roxy, I won't speak on it. Could you explain to them what Gladue is if you want to?
That court case, right? Gladue
Yes.
v. RV Gladue.
Yeah, if I can simplify it, if I misspeak, I apologize.
Yeah.
Gladue is a sentencing guideline when dealing with potential offenders of Indigenous descent that takes into account generational trauma and such when dealing with sentencing. So essentially, if there is a conviction that occurs of an Indigenous offender, Gladue can help to mitigate the sentencing specifically because of the sins that have been committed against Indigenous people. It takes one part into account, it's not everything. And now the question I would say is, I understand when you're pushing back all that point when you say about colonizer. I would ask you, are Serbians in your mind colonizers or Greeks colonizers, or are they carpetbaggers?
If you participate, you
I
participate.
don't know
You're
what
a colonizer.
carpetbagger is.
I mean, I think that's just that's semantics. Like if you can't, it's like being almost pregnant.
I'll
You're
say
either
yeah.
are or you're not.
I'll say yeah.
You're either a willing
I
participant
know the
or you're
Greek
not.
were subjugated to the.
But you
English
understand
and
what
shit.
he's saying, right? He's
Yeah,
trying
he's
to kind
saying
of
that
make
if we
light
consider
of
'em.
carpetbaggers. Like we didn't cause the war, but we're gonna benefit from it.
Correct.
You know what I mean? We didn't start this shit. We didn't start this shit, but if there's opportunity for us to come up because of it, we're gonna participate. Now, I
100%,
think that's scum. I think that's scum. I think you're a bottom feeder because you're coming and you're basically picking off the carcasses of the fallen. So you're kind of scummier than the perpetrator
Sorry,
because you want to
scummier
come
than
and
people
feast
who
off of the
committed crimes?
carnage.
Really? Scummier than people who committed the crimes?
I mean,
Okay, look at
I think you're kinda gross.
If me and 4 Mexicans get in a car, right, and one Mexican is driving and the other Mexican gets out of the window and starts pewing people,
Yeah.
all 4 of us are guilty, right?
You all 4 are contributing to it 100%.
thank
Same
you.
difference.
Same thing.
Same
Okay,
thing,
so
man.
1 second though. 1 second. Then if I can ask a challenging question.
Sure, this is a great
If
conversation.
you are all U.S. citizens then, and you apply that broad stroke, are you not also responsible for your government when it does it to black and brown people across the world?
I am reactionary to my construct, to the construct that is forced on me. This is not my land. This is not my country. This is my land, but I didn't design this. I am simply a prisoner of it. We had a treaty. They broke it. The Treaty of Hidalgo is broken.
I
So we're
think it's
stuck
fair
in
to
this
say that
system.
Americans have to hold themselves accountable.
I agree, but I'm not talking about the indigenous Americans. Yes, white Americans must hold themselves accountable. Absolutely.
So if a Latino is fully subjugated and fully
no. He's no. Let's make no mistake, okay?
okay.
Assimilated Mexicans are reactionary to colonization and trauma.
But they're still held accountable for the crimes.
Yeah, we hold them accountable though.
Even the white people hold them accountable.
For crimes?
Yeah, like I say,
Well,
if
yeah, crimes. Yeah, but that's what he was saying about that whole court case. He's saying that if an native makes a crime, they take into consideration all they've been through generationally, right?
I don't like that.
We don't have that.
You don't have that. But if I can,
No.
Madam, I'm not trying to, honestly, I swear to God, I'm not
So
trying
what
to.
about the femicide against Indigenous women, right? So we're talking about Gladue. It's a native versus native, right? But what about when it is a
Gladue,
settler trying to harm a native woman? Huh?
You-
Because
you
no, hear me out. I have tried to charge my domestic abuser in in the system, and I experienced racism from said system. So am I supposed to bring a white for them to take me seriously? Because that's the only time in Canadian society when I am taken seriously is if I'm accompanied by a white person. So I'm supposed to act as if I'm a pet in my
Like a handler.
ancestral land with a handler so that I get my justice to keep myself and my family safe from a man who tried to unalive me?
No, you shouldn't have to go through that. But 1 second, are you in Manitoba?
So if you're saying that you are an ally of Indigenous people, why aren't you fighting for your system to change to help Indigenous women stay safe? If we're going to talk about missing and murdered Indigenous women, boys, girls, QS, well, like, what are you doing as a non-native to this land to help ensure that your system also keeps us safe from your people?
By participating in the system and thinking before I vote for the people that will reflect that.
So that's why the vast majority of politicians are conservative?
What are you talking about?
Or blue or red? Like, if you were to actually vote meaningfully, why aren't you voting for First Nations to uptake 51% of our government to govern our lands?
Of course. No. 1 second. You're not wrong. The only intellectually justifiable reparation for the original, I can't say this without the thing, what happened to certain people during World War II, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the HCOS.
Yours was the first, okay? The only proper reparation is land back across the board.
Facts.
But the issue, though, is also a de facto issue, because you're basically saying that East Asian, Southeast Asian, Europeans, predominantly as well too, Africans, would have to then subjugate themselves per se into a lower role as reparation.
Assimilate or leave.
No, just because we say we have to use the same
leave.
word, it doesn't. Well, assimilate doesn't mean that they have to lose their culture and shit like that. We're not there.
No, it's
assimilate to indigenous.
For us, when we assimilate, we have to lose our culture. Yes, that's the American way.
Learn our laws.
We willingly.
I just went to
that's
a meeting
subscription.
last night.
Yeah, that's a subscription. You
About
subscribe to that.
My nation developing our own food guide to help heal Indigenous people from this colonial food guide that we were forced to eat under for 150 years.
Sister, speak. Yes.
Yeah.
Would you?
I agree. This is our natural habitat. Yes, I agree, sister. Thank you for bringing that up.
What did I say wrong there?
Would you assimilate to eating under our food guide?
Of course I would.
Okay, so then why do you have
So
that
like
idea that you would
the
have
assimilation's better.
Yeah, I believe he would.
Why do you have that notion that if you were to assimilate into our nations, you become less than? Because that sounds like an internal thing that you need to heal and not project onto other people and other people who are listening.
Why is it then, if you have to be assimilated, putting your own question back to you, why is it harmful towards you but healing towards
Because it's already shown harmful to us. We have assimilated and look where it's gotten us.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it gets us
Like,
less of a man.
I mean, what are you
we don't have
talking
no
about? Answer your own
representation.
question. We
Okay.
assimilated. Forced assimilation has gotten us where? No
I see what he's
representation.
saying.
No representation. We are riddled with the diseases because our natural habitat has been compromised.
So how would
and
we-
taken away from us? Like, what are you talking about?
How would we do that so that doesn't happen to him? If they were to
Either assimilate or go back to
I
your
know, but
ancestral land.
I know that's what I'm trying to say. Like when they assimilate, like watch the movie Dancing with Wolves, and those little white lady and that white dude, they assimilate into the I think it's the
Indigenous
Lakota.
culture, yeah.
Yeah, here
That's assimilation.
I mean, we did it.
in my
Yeah.
nation,
We did it. Why
but
can't
we
they do
have
it?
to. But like that's why I don't think he understands. Like okay, when we're assimilating, we don't have no representation and. Look at how they're treating us.
yeah, exactly.
Like I don't want to get into all the things that
it would
but
be
you know
different.
them all.
It would be different because it's not our way. Remember when Columbus came to the Caribbean, he said that the indigenous people give and they give without asking. With 50 soldiers, they would make great slaves.
Yes.
They would be easily subjugated.
You are not
This
wrong.
this is Christopher Columbus's first take
Yes.
on meeting with the so-called savages, right?
Yes.
We took them in. They were stinking, filthy, eating each other, and we fed them. And Chief Hatway said, we took them in, and what did they do? They enslaved them.
Exactly.
They enslaved them and forced them to bring them gold so they could get in in their country's good graces,
And that's
right?
what they're still doing now
Yeah,
with
fuck that.
Venezuela. They want the
Oh,
gold.
don't get started.
They want the lithium. They want the oil, and they're doing the same thing, man.
That's what Manitoba Hydro is doing here. They're trying to frame it as First Nations who messed up the wiring system out in Cross Lake. When Manitoba Hydro themselves are indebted to First Nations billions of dollars, but they're trying to frame it as we are the agitators, like we're the ones who created this issue. No, we allowed this company to be here through our said treaty, and because we're not getting our equal share, they're scrambling. They're trying to figure out how can we keep this money-making machine and keep it to ourselves and not give it to the First Nations who are
Oh, I love Roxy. She
You're
is a
100%
snowmaker.
correct.
Yeah, she is a snowmaker. I told you.
What's
up, Cody?
Can I address
I
one
love you,
thing,
Roxanne.
please?
Let me welcome in real quick. Let me
brother,
welcome in
please.
Cody. What's up, Cody?
Hey, what's going on?
You want to add to what's happening right here, real quick?
Yeah, I was just gonna point out, when you say assimilate,
You
it's
have other guests.
it has a different meaning. Like, so the reason why he keeps going back to, well, I'll lose everything. For
I didn't say
him, assimilation is what they did to us. But
Yes.
like how you said, when they encountered us, like all of our people all over the world, what was it? Hey, what you doing? Like, you got close enough to stab us in the back.
Yeah, we let
Like-
you.
Like,
so
like
so
that's-
assimilating. Yeah, right. So assimilation for you would be good. Assimilation for us meant destroying us.
Okay. Sorry. Can I address that first off?
Sure,
I
sure.
don't
Go ahead.
think that assimilation is a good thing. Okay. And this is actually a key point I was going to bring up. And I wonder if Roxy will disagree as my fellow Canadian. Okay. One of the key things that's different in Canada versus the US is that we don't have assimilation, we have integration. One of the key things in Canada that the white settler people, the Anglos, have been screaming about is that there's too many Southeast Asian people, there's too many Chinese people and such who don't assimilate to our society, that they have.
Then they can go back.
But they don't cause problems
And
to
I wanna
us. They don't.
correct
The Chinese come over here and they keep their culture, like Chinatown and all that, but they're not subjugating people on the streets with ice, and they're not
You're misinterpreting
outwardly.
me.
Yeah,
You're
in a way,
Outwardly, like they're
I
not
wanna-
doing what you're trying to.
No, you're
Like,
misinterpreting.
I get
I
what you're
want to
saying.
make something clear, though. I want to correct you on something. Roxy, can you please identify your tribe, please?
I'm First Nation from the nation Blood Vein River First Nation in Treaty 5. We are the secondary signatories of Treaty 5. We signed
No, but name your tribe, sis. Just say your tribe.
Blood Vein River First Nation.
Okay, she's that before she's Canadian.
Of
Please
course,
understand that.
of course.
That's what you don't understand. You said my fellow Canadian, but please understand, we are first who we are before we are your construct. So she is my sister. The border, you guys decided she's Canadian Indigenous and I'm American Indigenous, but we don't see it that way.
Of
She's
course.
my sister.
Of
That's the
course.
difference
If
in
I
our
may say,
mindset.
You're
Do you
doing
understand that?
semantics. And
Yeah.
you're misinterpreting me because
No, okay.
integration-
I just wanted to clear that up, and Roxy will agree with me. I know she will.
Sorry, integration is a good thing. Assimilation is bad because person's distinct culture is distinct from the larger national thing. In the US, they don't allow it. They snuff it out. They force everyone to be Anglo first, and everything after the hyphen is just coloring. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas Canada, we center Pakistani Canadian, Italian.
Not true.
In
Okay, they
Canada-
center Pakistani, but they still sticking indigenous people underneath the church and shit.
You're not wrong about that. But
Okay,
what
so stop. I don't understand. I'm getting kind of a little bit irritated.
And you got to
because
remember,
I feel like-
Pakistani and all that Euro-Asian, they were expansionists too, man.
Okay.
I
So
feel
they
like-
get along with the Anglo-Saxon ideology sometimes,
yeah, and
even
the
though they
money-
oppress each
money-
other.
money
like,
helps.
Yeah, money.
Money helps, okay? And I just feel like at some point you got to put the glitter away and stop trying to sprinkle it on shit. We all see that it's shit. Like you keep kind of trying to say, but, there's no but. This continent has been run, subjugated, oppressed, G-sided, raped by the white construct.
Okay.
And it's continuing to happen. And you either got to get on the right side of history or the wrong side of history and live with yourself at the end of the day.
But he said he was Greek, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
am, yeah.
And the Greek were genocided
And
by
we did it
by
ourselves, too,
Anglo-Saxons.
yes.
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
should,
but the Greek did. They also participated in it, right?
Okay.
And so,
talking about
like-
the North American G side.
No, I'm talking about the Greek over there in Europe.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
So
They were subjugated to the. But what I'm trying to say, yeah, I don't want to get into your history.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, because you obviously know that the Crusades and all that shit, the Greek were subjugated too,
Yes, we were.
right? So like I think if you were to just maybe study that, I'm just throwing in. I don't do this, Chicana.
no.
Like maybe you understand more about your people being subjugated to white to colonization.
Oh yeah.
Because I just think maybe if you see, hey, I'm a Greek,
yeah, I think you
and
need
you
to be
start learning
more
your fucking
Greek
Greek.
and
The
less
Greek. Let me tell you about the
Canadian.
Greek though. The Greek were notorious for shitting in their pants.
Hey, but I think if you be
Dog,
more
they
Greek,
drew pictures of them shitting on
I
themselves.
think if you
That's your
align
history, dog. I'm
yourself to
just
your,
saying, dog.
Sure,
I
bro.
think if you align
Shit in your
yourself
pants.
more closely to your indigeneity as a Greek man and less to being a Canadian, I think that you would have a better understanding of where we come from. Because
I understand that I don't want to be triggering to anyone, so that's cool. I respect that. I would say that I think that you maybe are misinterpreting how a Serb or an Italian or Greek or what have you think about this, because they usually center there first and then afterwards it's Canadian. It's not the other way around. So it's
Okay, so if that's the case, then why aren't you guys standing more and fighting more for the Indigenous people of Canada?
What do you mean? What are we not doing?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Like,
the examples that
Right.
when's the last
Can I
time
talk
they were
for a
doing?
minute, please?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Ross.
So to the identified Canadian, you keep going back to integration and assimilation. Now, while that might be some sort of reality for non-First Nations here across this continent, integration only works for settlers because it doesn't work for us. If we were to integrate into a foreign society, guess what? That is a simulation. That is not integration. If that was integration, then how come more of our streets aren't named after Indigenous things? How
a fair
come the original languages of these lands aren't offered as a class language in preschool, elementary, high school? It's starting to, but that doesn't mean that it's integrated. We have to integrate our culture into a foreign regime. No, we are still being forcefully assimilated into a regime that settlers get to choose to integrate into.
Yes,
We
I
don't have that
understand.
choice.
I see what you're saying. I appreciate that. I do appreciate what you're saying. I appreciate your time, guys. I really, really do. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah.
Roxy, thank you so much, sis, for coming up. We couldn't get you up here fast enough.
No, that was cool, man. I was like, let's see if I could get Roxy over here.
Yeah.
Feed me.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Roxy, for coming in and speaking on your people's behalf.
Yes, thank you for having me up. And I just want to go back to the commenter who asked which tribes were taking the U.S. court. So there's about 17 of them. I don't have all of the names in front of me, but one of them is the Onondagan. So it's an Eastern tribe in the States who are taking the U.S. to court for the misuse of the trust fund.
Oh, and it always has to do with money. So that's a First Nation person doing that.
Tribe.
Onondaga. It's the
Onondaga.
Onondaga.
That's well, that's it's been happening, right, sis? Like shit like that's been happening.
Yeah.
Since the beginning, that's what they did. They divided and conquered us, and they used however, but like they're luring them with money, right, babe? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and make no mistake,
That's crazy, man.
YT hasn't just said, okay, we gave them their land and their money and we're gonna leave them alone. No, no, no. I mean, let's be clear. They're still trying and pushing and trying to infiltrate those nations to dwindle down the numbers. They've even talked some tribes into detribalizing their own people to get bigger pieces of the pie. Now that's like teaching them to eat each other. Like that's the worst, right? They're using indigenous to get rid of indigenous.
Oh yeah,
got a
that's
question for
happening
you
here
guys.
too.
That's gross to me.
I got a question for you guys, for everybody. I don't think ally or unifying is the correct word with everybody. I think cooperation is. But do you guys think that knowing that we have to fight ourselves, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, do you think we should try to be? Because I thought it was to take, like, he's on the right side, right? He's not a bad man. You guys think he's a bad man? The
No,
white dude?
I think he just, when you're
I didn't know
not,
how to ask him.
yeah, you can't, you can feel bad. You, as a white person, you can feel bad for what happens to people, but you can never, like,
Well-
it's like a burn victim. Like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, it's like, yeah, it's like a person running a marathon, right? And saying, oh my gosh, my legs hurt so bad, to a person that can't walk.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, because I don't care that he left and I'll just like it later. Right? He's not. But I mean, like, to build a correlation, what is it called? A correlation. To build a little group of us so we could defend ourselves. Should we be trying harder to be their friends?
Some, but remember, Homeboy was more than willing to take the title of carpetbagger.
What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, okay, so let me explain to Chicano really quick.
I don't even know what the
When
fuck
the
that was.
Civil War happened, you had black and white, let's be clear about this, black and white carpetbaggers, and they called them carpetbaggers because they would carry around these bags made of carpet, and they would go around and swindle people that were affected by the war out of their money. Like they called them charlatans, or like they were scammers and schemers. They were carpetbaggers. They would talk people out of their money, or say, we can help you do this if you do this, and we can get you this if you do this. They were scammers. And they were black and white did that to the people that were affected by war. So they basically fed off the carnage, you know?
Oh, man.
They stole. They went into the pockets of the dead and took their money.
So I get what he's saying. So if we don't look at them as the colonizer, then we look at them as thieves.
as the carpetbaggers.
As the
Yeah.
thief.
he
Okay.
he was willing to be
Like,
the
don't
vulture.
blame me
It's like,
for
bro,
what happened. I'm just making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just benefiting from it. I didn't do it.
Oh, I thought it was more okay. Now that I understand it, doesn't it sound more like a dig at us? Like not looking at them as a third way.
Because we were saying it's all your fault, right? It's all of you guys' white faults, right? And he's saying, well, not all of us, because we're just benefiting off of what happened to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we're
he
like,
threw his hands up
Also,
and
he was
like,
trying to sneak that past me.
yeah, sneak it. Like, sneak
Like,
it.
hey, we're just
Right,
benefiting
Roxy?
now.
Isn't that what you got? That's what I got. I
Oh,
could be wrong.
Well, yeah. I could tell he was trying to sugarcoat things to not be accountable for the fact that he's benefiting off of our ongoing G-sides.
Yeah. So you're a carpetbagger. You're a scum.
After
You're a
he said-
bottom feeder. You're a crab. So after the
Yeah.
shark eats the people, right, and particles of the people fall to the bottom of the ocean, here come the crabs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get it.
Like,
yeah.
you're eating off of us. You're
Yeah.
benefiting
I mean, I didn't
off
trust
of our
them.
death. Yeah.
I didn't trust him. I'm just trying to like. Okay,
Now
I get
you
it.
know what a
That's why I was
carpetbagger is.
happy. Like when Roxy, I was like, and you,
Yeah.
and then even Cody, like I was like, oh yeah, this fool can't get nothing by me. 'Cause people get shit
He's
by me.
gotta
dog.
pass them first.
Yeah. Like, fuck.
See,
Fool,
me and
like,
Roxy make a great team, huh,
I
sis?
couldn't. There's no way. Like, cause I didn't pick that up. That
Yeah.
he was. I knew he was sugarcoating shit, and he was acting like like hiding shit, but I didn't pick that part of it.
Yeah.
That's the
With
thing with
the-
Canada is they're using different terms that have, if not the exact same meaning, but borderline the exact same meaning, just to make themselves feel better of the fact that they're still profiting off of First Nations people. Like, all of my city's water comes from a First Nation. Do they get properly paid for that? No, they do not. And it makes me very upset. It makes me sad because I go into establishments and they're like, they have a sign right beside their hand washing station. This water is from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation. Like,
Damn.
you're rubbing it in the face that you're being a fucking thief. That, so shitty.
And you know, I just read about that lawsuit that nation has against America. It's for 2.5 million acres of land.
Yeah.
And they say in their claim, listen, this isn't about taking the land from the people and businesses that are established. This is about being in charge of how the land is treated.
Yeah.
And that's valid.
Yeah. And
This is our natural habitat. And before you chop down a tree or uproot a weed or make poisons to kill dandelions, you should first talk to us about what that does to our bodies, because dandelions lower our triglycerides. Isn't it crazy that the poison that is made to kill those dandelions also owns a heart medication?
oh,
That's crazy.
yeah, that's
That's crazy. I smell carpetbagger.
I get it. I get it. I get it. So
Yeah, we should be in charge.
I thought,
And
like,
I-
could he have meant, and I'm not giving him an out on anything, but could he have meant, like, hey, look, you guys only look at white people one or two ways. There's a third way to look at them.
I will never look at them other than one or two ways. I don't owe
Yeah.
them that third way.
That's right.
He
I'm
was
just
trying to
saying.
force a third way.
Yeah, I don't
That's
owe, I
what he was
don't
doing,
owe them anything. I don't owe them a benefit of nothing. I don't owe them a
I'm not
benefit of
saying we
doubt.
do.
I don't owe them a benefit of the doubt. I don't owe them discernment. I don't owe them, well, maybe. I don't owe them shit. I don't owe them shit. Fuck you before I like you. Prove to me why I should like you. Show me something. You can tell me, you can show me better than you can tell me you're my ally. That's what Roxy's saying.
when it-
Show me. You can show me better than you can tell me.
Yeah.
yeah.
When it comes to
Fuck your words.
representation.
Yeah, fuck your words. And your
Especially
empty
if they want to be
promises.
out here politicking.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
fuck your treaties, fuck your promises, fuck your fucking slogans. Show me, motherfucker.
So I've been
I get
reading
it.
into this issue with gaining my family's land back. And I was told by a lawyer.
What about the Mexican Revolution in
Can you
1910
wait
and
a minute?
1920
I
that
just
you had to
cut it
wipe
off.
Shut up.
3.3 million of your
Oh,
own
shut
people?
up. Why did he
okay,
mute
why are
up?
you
I
so
muted him.
triggered? Dude, shush.
Let her finish, rude ass.
He triggered like a motherfucker. Look at that. Wait up, Chicken. You've been up here. You know the rules. Go ahead,
I'm just
Roxy.
saying, what about the unalivement of
Wait
3.3
up, Chicken. Let her
That
finish.
wasn't. That didn't
It's
mean
okay to
start
talk
talking.
over a native woman.
million
That's not okay.
Mexicans?
Okay, Chicken. Finish, Roxy, please.
Okay.
I'm trying a new thing where we're gonna be not talking over each other. Right, babe? Yeah. Go for it. Go for it,
Okay,
Roxy.
thank you. So I was told by a lawyer if I wanted to acquire my family's land back outside of Canada's designated areas of where we're allowed to have land, I either have to buy it back or I have to take them to court, which I just think was it's bullshit. And I had this idea. I'm like, so do you think Canada would take me seriously if I like canoed down the river and I pointed to a plot of land saying, I claimed this. This is mine now because I'm native and it's in the Constitution, Aboriginal title. I'm allowed this. The same way they tried to hold their laws against us, saying, oh yeah, we're allowed to buy and sell all this land without your permission. Like, I don't know.
Where they get a whole force to pull you off that land, and
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, Chicken Dust.
What's up?
Okay, man. What's your quarrel this time?
No, I was just saying, what about the 1910 to 1920 Civil War where you guys fought against each other?
Yeah, we did. That was us against the colonial system too, because we were fighting for land.
Yeah, not good. So I'm saying
Land.
lots of people have gone through a lot of stuff all over this world.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
that was
point.
to get out the colonizer, because we still had Spanish influence and all that bullshit. Right?
So is
we were
that like
kicking them
is
back
that
out.
like your gotcha comment to like
No, there's a
excuse
lot.
the
What about the
trying to-
Yaqui? What about the Yaqui genocide? Yeah,
Yeah, what about the
30?
Yaqui genocide? What about it?
Yeah. Lots
I'm
of
Yaqui.
people, non-YT people doing strange stuff.
Yes, it's called assimilation. Yes, we're not innocent, man, when it comes to
What
being
about the
affected by
Dirty War,
colonization.
1964 to 1982, the Dirty War?
You're looking shit up, and I already have it in my head because I know what you're talking about.
I'm glad you do.
You're
So
not
what's
saying
your
nothing.
what
I'm
is
glad
your
you do. Then we
point?
can have a
What is
competent
your
discussion
goal?
about
What's your
it.
end goal here? What's your end goal here?
My end goal is
trying to say?
there's no human being out there that's perfect. That's it.
We're not trying to say we're
Who's
perfect.
saying
Never said
that
you
we are?
did.
We want to stop
Never
the
said you
genocide.
did. That was my point. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
get
great.
taught
You made
this
your
at
point. You made
You're
your
all
point.
getting mad because I'm making a point and you're not making a point. I was like, come
Okay, I
you
have a
haven't made a
question for
point.
Chicken.
Yeah,
have a
we're not
question for
making a
you.
point.
Wait.
This is
Go
a very
ahead,
simple
Roxy.
question because it sounds like your nervous system is broken because you were like easily triggered by this prompt. Were you?
Why are you
circumcised
yelling?
as a baby?
Why are you yelling?
I'm asking
You
you
okay?
a question.
Just
Can I
relax.
finish
You
asking
need a
my
second?
question before
You
you
need a-
interrupt?
She's not yelling. Now you're gonna wait. Hold on one second. I want to identify this. You're gonna say she's yelling as to deflect because you're nervous about her words. So
Were
stop
you-
saying she's yelling because she's not. That's not gonna get you out of.
Hey, you
listening
guys
to what
talk
she has
over
to
me,
say.
but he's blocking me
I'm
now.
gonna-
Well, we're just trying to establish a rhythm. So let's go now. Go ahead, Roxy.
Go ahead,
Were
Roxy.
you this easily triggered by this prompt of the host because you were
Stick to the facts,
circumcised?
lady. Stick to the
Can
facts.
I finish talking?
Don't interrupt
before
her
you
again, or I'm
interrupt?
going to drop you. Don't interrupt her again, or I'm gonna drop you.
Jesus, dude. Why are you so easily triggered? Is it because you were circumcised against your will as a baby?
That's crazy.
That's
Because when
At the end of the day, you got petty insults, and I brought out the facts.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
that is serious bodily harm to a baby when they didn't have autonomy, which breaks their nervous system. That is a very serious thing. And if you're getting
Not
this
part of
easily
facts, you're not
triggered-
part of
if you're
truth.
getting this easily
You're
triggered,
emotionally driven. You're yelling.
what am I emotionally driven about? The fact that a simple prompt is making you upset, where you have to yell and interrupt people.
You get so emotional, baby.
You can't call her emotional when you're being emotional. That's disingenuous. You're the one
Come
that's
on, man.
emotional. You came up here interrupting, being rude. You came up here with your stupid little fun
You
facts,
came up yelling,
trying
dog.
to
Come
like
on.
sprinkle glitter on shit.
Look at
You're
how
still a
bitter
piece
you
of
are
shit.
about it.
YT
You are
people
really
are.
mad. You are
I'm
really
not-
mad
I'm
about
not
the
mad. That
the
doesn't work.
revolution.
That's what you sat
You're
there
not
to do,
emotionally
deflect,
sound. You're fragile.
reverse, play the victim, be abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to work in here. It probably works in other lives when
Yeah,
you
I
do
get
that.
it.
You
You
come up
don't
and
care about
pretend like you're
3.3
Hey,
million
emotionally
chicken, you
people
sound.
know I've
alive.
been being real good, real nice to you, chicken. You know I'm being hella nice to you. Usually I'm just talking mad shit to you.
Yeah.
So I'm turning over a new leaf. All right. So accept my kindness, but don't take it for weakness. Look,
I have
you're
nothing
a
to say about the
snitch.
host. The host is very composed and cordial.
Shut up.
Yeah.
He gave me a restriction for that one.
Yeah. He's
TikTok
recording.
for TikTok educational.
Educational
Why are you
purposes.
treating me so bad, TikTok? Come on, I'm your best. The world does not go round without the brown. So TikTok, act right, motherfucker. I know you're looking at me.
I got to go take the car right now.
It was probably one of the settlers who
All right.
got triggered.
Yeah, hey, we gotta take the car into the mechanic right now. No, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with you.
Okay. We'll
You
try
be
to
over there with all them dudes and shit. She wants me to leave him over there with all them dudes and shit.
I'm taking it to give it. I'm going to do the damsel in distress and hopefully he'll fix it for me. Tell him to come over and get it touched.
Yeah, okay. Well, just call me because I'll run. It's only a block away.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, all right. Yeah, she's only a block away. We're going right here because we're at the shop already. We came to the shop early today. Just chilling. So, yeah. So, what do you guys think about this map? Oh, I got a map for you, Roxy. Check this out. What do you think about this? For real, your honest opinion.
I know some tribes who would go to war with you for this.
Why? Why?
Because they've been here for thousands of years and they don't identify as Mexican.
Well, okay. what unifying word can we unify under? If not, okay, but let me plead my case why I think Mexican is the best thing. Because Mexican is rooted in revolution. It was when we beat the Spaniards, we beat the Dutch, we beat the French, which occupied Canada. We kicked them out, and we called the land Mexico, right? When you say it in English, it's Mexico. When you say it in Spanish, it's Mexico. But when you say it in Nahua, in our regular language, it's Mexico. And it means the people. That's what Mexico means, the people. It was just stolen from us
That's what
because of mestijada. So that's the reason why I think I know that Mexico has a history of doing stupid shit too but that's because of colonization, Yeah, that's my case. So that would be my plea, to get all the indigenous to be under an indigenous flag, because the Mexican flag is Aztlán. It was stolen from us, our indigeneity, when we won our freedom. The original meaning was then started to be stolen by mestijada, by half-breed, that half-breed ideology. And like, so that's my play. I know that it has a lot of work to do. Like, it's not perfect, and we could decolonize all of it at the same time. You know what I mean?
The concept.
But this is my.
There's lots of First Nations up here who are also wanting to, I guess, pan-indigenize North America. So it's like we're a unified front because, like, throughout, I don't know the exact population numbers of Mexico, but between the United States and Canada, we make up less than 10% of the population. So
What do you mean? The
indigenous people, like between the native tribes and First Nations, we make up less than 10% of the population of the continent.
With Mexico?
I don't know about the stats of Mexico. So that's not including Mexico. The stats could be higher with Mexico, though.
Way higher. Has to be way higher.
I think so, too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because our indigeneity, I think, survived the best in Mexico. And I'm talking, when I say Mexico, I mean Mexico as like the older Mexico.
Yeah.
When we won our freedom.
Yeah.
All that was indigenous land. Like there's a core meaning, to why the reason they named the land Mexico, but it was stolen right from the gate because we've been in constant war. Like Mexica is Mexico, and that's a Mexican, and that was the last great big civilization in the Americas, Tenochtitlan.
Yeah.
There would be like a gathering of, I've heard like 2 million people, 250,000 people. I've heard different numbers. I don't know, man. That's my way of re-indigenizing everything, because that's what Mexican really is. Mexican's revolution. It's not colonizer. It was just stolen from us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the numbers are bigger.
Yeah,
because we're browner.
I like the concept. It's a good concept. I like the concept. I just think there are some nations who would be more abrasive.
Like, I'm not trying to say, hey, name it Mexico.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I kind of am, but I'm a Mexican, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Mexican. So, like, I'm not trying to colonize everybody.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Hey, let's all be Mexicans and start from there. No, like, hey, because the United States wants to take over all this shit. I seen a map that's just like that with all the United States, and I'm an American, and part of me was like, yeah, and then like, that's that's assimilation. That's colonization.
Yeah.
When it makes you feel that way. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Chicana.
Okay. You have.
I'll be back, everybody. Roxy, thank you for coming. Cody,
For sure.